Hello, and welcome to the Back to School Night presentation for the Wams Music Department. I'd like to begin with some introductions. My name is Mr. Olson, and I am the teacher of music at Washington Academic Middle School. I have been teaching at Wams for 14 years now. I am a graduate of Sanger High School, class of 1998, and spent most of my educational career here in Sanger Unified as part of our music program, so this is very important to me. I did my undergraduate degree and my credential at Fresno Pacific University, as well as my master's degree at Fresno State. Something else you might want to know about me is that I actually am an active performer in the music community here in the Fresno area, and perform in multiple groups, including the Fresno Master Chorale. We are very lucky as well to have Mr. Armas with us for this semester. He will be with us till about December. He is a student teacher from Fresno State, also a local educator. He is a graduate of Central High School, class of 2016. He recently completed his bachelor's degree at Fresno State and is currently completing his teaching credential at Fresno State as well. A little bit about him as a musician. He is actually an accomplished saxophonist and also has secondary experience in percussion. He was very involved in winter percussion ensembles in his high school. I'd like to take a moment now to talk about classroom expectations, and we're going to be using Wams' Pride model to talk through that. So first we're talking about prepared. It is going to be very important that students show up on a daily basis with everything that they're going to need. And very important right now in our distance learning setting is making sure that all of their technology is fully charged and serviceable every day. Respectful. It is very, very important in this in our music classroom because students are working together on lots of projects, and there's also a certain amount of vulnerability when they're sharing their work. So we want to make sure that students are treating each other with respect, treating teachers with respect, and also visitors. We do have occasion admin coming into the classrooms to observe what's going on and on occasion participate. So we want to make sure that students are demonstrating respect at all times. Integrity. We want to make sure that students really understand the value, understand the value of creating the best possible work to represent themselves as they are able. During this time of distance learning, we know that that's going to look much different than a typical year, but students still need to really have that value, that sense of value in the work that they are creating. Dedicated. All students are expected to participate in all activities throughout the course of the year. This daily participation, this daily commitment to classroom activity is going to be a critical component to their education this year. As we are doing, once again, everything from a distance learning setting, students who are not actively participating really do miss out, and we try to make opportunities for students to do that as often as we can. Lastly, excellence. Through every task we take on, with every opportunity that we see for growth, we must remember that we are warriors. To have warrior pride is to demonstrate excellence in all we do, both inside and outside of the classroom. Students are expected to give their very best effort at all times. A moment to talk about some of the platforms that we are using currently in our school year. The first of which is Google Classroom. This is one that is familiar to many of you, and this is something that we are going to be accessing on a daily basis in all classes at Wams. This is actually where the Google Meet link is housed, so students are able to access my class through Google Meet, and that link is always available at the top of the Google Classroom homepage, right underneath their class code. The other platform that we are using is Canvas. This is a little bit newer and much more in-depth. It is something that I have chosen to use this year because it does allow students to give video submission, and that is going to be a really important part of assessment for them as young musicians. We need to make sure that they are implementing proper technique, and that way we're able to see what areas we can offer correction for students. So my syllabus will be available in both of these platforms. If you are uncertain of what the code is for Google Classroom, please reach out to me on Remind. I do have that code available there, but as far as I can tell, students have been logging in very successfully, so this should not be an issue. All right, well, and with that, I would like to take a moment and just encourage everyone to have a really great year. This is going to be exciting, and this is going to be new, and this is going to be something completely different. So I'm looking forward to branching out and trying new things and having a new experience. All right, once again, this is Mr. Olson, and thank you for joining us.